All right, here we go. Hello. Hi, my name is Daniel M. Clark, and I'm a little rusty at this. I haven't spoken in front of an affiliate summit in 4 years, so if I trip over words or if I seem nervous, that's why. I used to do this a lot, but it's been a while, so bear with me. I have to read this to begin. We appreciate your time and, no, wait. They appreciate my time and effort. They rely on attendee feedback to continually improve the conference. So please fill out your feedback forms. You can do that either with the papers that they've been passing out, or you can do it through the app on your mobile devices. And on a personal note, I take the positive feedback very seriously. So please fill out all of your feedback forms and let us know how I did. You can also log into the schedule and view all the sessions that are coming up, plan your day, and what else here? Oh, and every day, 5 entries will be randomly drawn to receive a Networking Plus pass for Affiliate Summit West 2017 in Las Vegas, which is kind of cool. Get a free pass. Also, to help with your sessions, the room monitors will be coming along telling me when I'm out of time. Okay, let's get going. So, I wasn't supposed to be here today. My boss, Greg Hoffman, was supposed to be here today, and he's sick. So that has ramifications, the first of which is I have no slides. This is it, folks. That's okay, though. That's all right. The original presentation was this, Advanced Program Management Tactics. He was going to come up and talk about advanced program management tactics, most of which I was going to feed him. He wanted to talk about a lot of what I was going to talk about to you today, API and automation through the networks. I'm going to keep it more technical because that's my area. I'm the CTO, I'm the Chief Technology Officer of Apogee. We're an OPM, affiliate program managers, and I'm going to make it a little bit more technical, I think, than he would have. Now, I don't have any slides, but like I said, that's okay because I would have just put blocks of code up there, and that's not going to help anybody, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to explain what I mean by advanced program tactics, and I encourage interaction. Raise your hands, shout things out, that's fine. Don't wait to the end for Q&A if you don't really want to. If you have any questions, please just get my attention. That's all right. We only have about 15 to 18 minutes together. Let's make the most of the time. And if this runs short, I only had less than a week to prepare, so sorry. All right. First thing, again, no slides. How many people are familiar with, well, let me back up. How many people are affiliate managers in the room? Okay. How many are affiliates? Any affiliates? Okay. This is a secret meeting for managers. Get out. No, don't get out. A lot of what I'm going to talk about is actually applicable to affiliates because affiliates have their own APIs. And the technology is very similar. And you're going to learn a lot, I think, from talking about what we do as managers. So how many people are familiar with what an API is? Great, okay. How many people are really down with automation and scripting and programming and, okay, almost nobody, that's fine. Who has a team that really is into automation and programming and scripting? That's great. Okay, you're going to want to talk to them later. All the networks, most of the networks, all the best networks have APIs, which are application programming interfaces, which allow you to write programs and scripts that allow you to work with your affiliate programs remotely. So from this computer, I can reach out to a network with a script that I've written. I can download reports. I can crunch those numbers, and I can manipulate them and present reports to our clients. I can also go the other way. So if I want to, just today actually, Cindy, I work with Cindy here, just today I wrote a script that will take text links for our affiliates and upload them to the network. Instead of having to have her log in to the interface for all of our clients and manually input affiliate links for the affiliates to use, she can fill out a spreadsheet. I have a script now that will parse that spreadsheet and take all those links and upload them to the network automatically. Automation and APIs. That's an advanced tactic. That's what people who want to save time will do, and that's one thing you can do with APIs. So, monthly reporting. I want to talk about monthly reporting because I've only been with Apogee. Well, it was previously known as Greg Hoffman Consulting until a few months ago, and I've been with the company now for a couple of years. When I first came on, Greg wasn't using APIs at all. He was doing everything manually. And what he would do is, for the first 2 weeks of the month, he would log into ShareASale. Most of our programs are on ShareASale, and we have a few on CJ. He would log into each network and go into each program, get all of the transaction details, get all of the monthly numbers from the previous month, crunch them all, put them all into an Excel spreadsheet, do the same thing on CJ, for each client, get them all together, manually inputting numbers. It took him 2 weeks to do all the clients. Using the API, using automation, I can reach out with a script, grab that data from each network, bring it down onto my computer, store it in a database, crunch those numbers. I have it done in half an hour. What used to take 2 weeks now takes literally half an hour. And most of that is just me error checking as everything is completing. I export everything to an Excel spreadsheet. So I just go through and I make sure everything looks right. Most of the actual number crunching is done in much less time. APIs and automation, monthly reports, advanced tactics. If you're doing it manually, you're taking too long. So that's number one. Okay, now I have four. I have four other things that run automatically up on my web server, up on the company web server. And this, again, speaks to automation. Now, once a week, I reach out, like I said, to the networks, and I download all those transaction details, all that information, and I store it in our own company database. And there it lives forever and ever. And I only need to update that once a week. These reports that I generate that do different things will run once a week, once a month, or daily, depending on what their function is. The first one is we have one that checks for $0 transactions. This is a good one because one way to check for broken tracking is to look for transactions that come through that have a $0 amount, right? They don't have any valid dollar amount. There's zeros. So this runs monthly, which is all it really needs to do. It doesn't need to run any more frequently than that. And it runs on a schedule. Cron jobs, yes. It searches any transaction that has a $0 amount. Subtle sign that tracking's off. What did I write here? Like I said, I'm rusty at this. I apologize. Okay, I covered that one. $0 transactions, okay. Coupon code usage. This is a good one. Coupon code usage, this goes to Cindy, actually. She runs the coupon codes for the company. Coupon code usage runs monthly as well. And using, again, most of our stuff runs on ShareASale. Most of our programs are on ShareASale. And using their advanced tracking pixel, you can see not just when certain coupon codes are promoted by affiliates, but you can see when certain coupon codes are used in transactions, which you can't do if you're only using the basic tracking pixel. That's an advanced management tactic right there. If you're not using the advanced tracking pixel, you need to be. Not only does it track coupon code usage, it can tell you if a customer is new or returning. It can tell you exactly what products were used in the transaction and in what quantities. And it will give you all this data that you can use to better so you know which coupon. Yes, so you know which coupons you're using every month. This is going great.
Well, that's important to know because you know which promotions are
Right, exactly.
effective
So,
for merchants.
only with the advanced tracking pixel do you know what coupon codes are actually being used, which is, it's key. You can tell what's being used, what's being promoted. That's easy because you can tell by the banner ID number what's being used on a link. That's fine. But to know what's being used, once you know what's being used, you can know what to better promote. You know, if you know that this particular coupon code is being used more than any other, you can tell your affiliates, go use that one, keep using that one, go promote this one even more. It's working. So we have this report that runs, thanks to the API, runs off the web server, hits my database, which has all the transaction information that I've downloaded from the network, which includes all that coupon code information, right? Compiles the report, sends it to Cindy, and she can then say, well, we can now see that in all of our programs, these coupon codes were used. Now we know which ones to shove out to the affiliates even more strongly. So there's that. Sub-affiliate refers. This is, oh, I like this one. Greg loves this report. I send this to him every week, and every week he tells me, I love you. I'm like, dude, come on. Skimlinks, VigLink, and sub-affiliate networks like that, we want to know who we're working with, right? We run a pretty tight ship. We don't let just anyone in our managed programs. I wouldn't say we're elitist, but we do have a little bit of that in us. We want to know who we're working with. So if we don't let somebody into our program and they try to sneak in through Skimlinks or VigLink, we want to know. Well, the sub-affiliate refers report tells us that. In the transaction detail report in ShareSale, we know what the referring URL was through the sub-affiliate networks. So it's not just Skimlink's URL, it's also the referring URL through the transaction detail report. Well, thanks to the API, I've got all that transaction detail all down in my database, and I can write a script that parses all that information, crunches all that data, and then looks for all that. Yes. Save me. Yes.
Can you explain the use case of what you're calling the skim link? So is it like, I don't know, affiliate wants to run your program, but they take the link from somebody else, but then if that's the case, how do they get paid? Like I don't.
Oh, Skimlinks or VigLink.
I just don't understand the concept of
Okay, yeah. Okay, no, it's a sub-affiliate network. So basically, it's for people that don't really want to, well, I don't want to insult anybody. Okay, so I know a lot of people that don't want to take the time to join individual programs on their own. They don't want to apply to a lot of different programs on a lot of different networks. So they'll join Skimlinks, which is an affiliate. And they will then spread out into different areas that way. But they have one.
So that's the affiliate network.
Exactly right. Yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah, yeah. Yes. Yes, exactly right. We allow them in most of our programs, not all of them. I think, are they in all of our programs? Not all of them. But the subaffiliate refers report that I'm talking about. So like I said, we have the transaction data that I get from the API. I bring it down into our database. I have a script that will then pull out all of the referring information for all the transactions. So once a week, Greg gets a report that says, here's all the transactions that were given to us via Skimlinks and VigLink, and here's all the referring URLs that were part of those transactions. And if Greg looks at that list and says, well, wait a second, I kicked out that affiliate from this program, 3 weeks ago, and now they're trying to get in through Skimlinks, we're going to kick them out again. We're going to say, we're going to go to Skimlinks, we're going to say, we don't want that affiliate in our program, and they're usually pretty good about saying, all right, and that's it. So, Link Checker is one that I just created recently, actually, a couple of months ago. This one runs weekly, and it checks the validity of landing pages in the network. So we have in the API a way to download all of the affiliate links and banners and coupons and deals, right? So I get that complete list of all those URLs, of all the destination URLs, and I can check in my script if they're valid landing pages. And if they're not, well, now we know that we need to go in and fix them. The only other way to do that is to go into the network, into each program manually, and click the links and open them up in a new browser tab and see if they load. That's time consuming. That sucks. Don't do that. Automation and APIs, you can download that entire list of all your destination URLs, and you can run a list, you can run a script and see if they are valid destination pages. Yes?
I do the same thing in AdWords.
Uh-huh.
So the only issue I have is we've had situations where the page loads and it works fine.
Yeah.
But then the form itself within the page is not working. Do you ever put any thought into that? Like maybe something to actually check a form?
Check the form. I'm not sure what you
Like
mean.
the submission form. So if it's a landing page, you'll have like a sign up form.
Right, okay.
So like sometimes that will
No, all we're doing is checking for a 200 code on a response of 200 to the existence of a valid page.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. If there's a form on the destination page, that's up to the merchant. If our client has a form on that destination page, they need to be responsible for making sure that's a valid form. I can't check those. Yeah. My responsibility as an affiliate manager pretty much begins and ends with making sure that the affiliates have valid affiliate links. So, yeah. I'd love to be able to do that, but I don't. Oh man, now you've given me a challenge. Cindy knows. Now I've got, all right, yeah. Okay, I'm going to think about that. Yeah, because now all right, that's a challenge. All right, challenge accepted. All right, one last thing I want to talk about, because they put up a sign in the back of the room. One last thing I want to talk about is actually not anything to do with the API, but it's part of Greg's original presentation. The duplicate order ID that he checks for in ShareSale every month. And I'm actually going to read this one a bit because this is not something I do. So let me go over here. All right. Okay. The monthly payment review report in ShareSale will tell you if you have order IDs that have been duplicated, right? So if your merchant's shopping cart has, for some reason, given you a duplicate order ID number. Now, this is different than the transaction ID that the network gives you. The transaction ID number in ShareSale is an 8 or a 10-digit number. The order ID number from the merchant will be some other string of letters and numbers. It could be anything. Whatever their internal system is for order IDs, if they're duplicated, that could be a problem with tracking. It could be something as simple as your customer hit the back button and refired the cookie. Either way, you have a duplicate order. One of them needs to be voided. And if you don't void it, you're going to be paying double commission and double network fees. And you're going to be wasting your merchant's money. So advanced program management tactics, don't waste your merchant's money. Use the reports available to you at the network and figure out where you can save money. And one of the places is looking for that monthly payment review, looking for those duplicate order IDs and voiding the ones that are duplicates. So, and with that, I'm out of stuff. So, questions? Yes? Oh, that's a loaded question. My general take on skim links. My general take on skim links is I think it can work when used responsibly. Theoretically, I don't have a problem with it, but it's rife with abuse. And managers who do not pay attention to it stand to lose a lot of money in, I hesitate to say fraud, but you can go wrong with skim links and VigLink and things like that. There are a lot of affiliates that provide no value in the industry. And they will, if you kick them out of your program to begin with, they will try to get in through sub-affiliate networks like that. So if you're not vigilant, they'll try to come back. But aside from that, I think the concept of a program like Skimlinks is fine.
Rodale magazine, BuzzFeed, and all these
Sure.
publishers go on Skimlinks too.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have enough time.
Sure.
Are any of those guys doing it technically, or is it all just coupon sites trying to find a way back?
I mean, a lot of different people do use it and use it well. I don't know who their client list is. I don't know who's actually using them and who's not. But I've talked to a few people that I know personally in the industry who do use it sometimes, and they do all right with it. I mean,
Why would you be an affiliate and make less money with skim links?
No, that's a very good.
Directly to the merchant, making a higher percentage.
That's a very good point. Cindy raises a good point. There's only so much money to be made in a transaction, and if you go with skim links, you're going to be splitting the commission with them. So there's that. Now, the trade-off is if you don't have time, and I know you mentioned time, if you don't have time to deal with joining a whole bunch of different programs and you're willing to trade that split in commission for time, then sure, that can work out for you. But that's the choice you got to make for yourself.
I'm on the merchant side.
Okay.
I would just have to really monitor them.
Yes. Oh, from the merchant side, from the manager side or the merchant side, you got to monitor them. Yeah, sure.
Frank, what he's talking about with the API as a merchant, that's really a good tool to use to know who to go to and recruit to come directly to your program, because you're going to see their sales through Skimlinks or VigLink. So then you reach out to them and you say, hey, you're making half the money now.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you join this program directly? Because I
Right.
see the sales that you're making.
Sure. Yep.
I can confirm that. I pushed a number of affiliates from VigLink and Skimlink to direct. After sort of explaining to them, they can basically double their commission.
Yep.
And they can work directly with me to provide relevant content, that sort of thing. And for the most part, they move over.
Right.
There you go. Yep.
Daniel and I sort of just inherited like an affiliate program. We both had affiliate experience in the past, but the company we were working with, they sort of just handed it off to us
Okay.
after like years of neglect.
Yeah.
So we have like, our company has like a host of like dating websites, and one of the dating websites is on CJ and the other one is on ShareASale, and they sort of gave it to us.
Yeah.
And said like, have at it. And we've both got experience with affiliate, like I said, but we're not sure which one to
Share sale.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's your reasoning behind that?
Okay, so everything that I just said about the API applies to share sale, and it doesn't apply at all to CJ. There are other networks that have pretty robust APIs. CJ is not one of them. Their API is garbage. And I kind of feel a little bad about saying that on a live mic being recorded at Affiliate Summit saying that. But it's their own fault because it's been garbage for years. We've begged them to improve it, and they haven't, and they never will. It's awful. And honestly, I mean, it's a massive network. It's one of the oldest networks, sure, and they've got a ton of affiliates, and there's a lot of good things about CJ. I mean, absolutely. It's not the worst thing you could ever do is be on CJ. That's not the worst. But their tools, and especially their APIs, are awful. And
We've been having a lot of trouble.
share sale is the gold standard in my mind for tools. And there's nothing that you can do on CJ that you can't do on share sale in my mind.
Have you had any integration issues with CJ in the past?
Not personally. No.
Okay.
No, not really.
We've had a hell time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's why we're here.
Yeah, we actively try when we take on new clients, we actively try to move them off CJ whenever we can and onto share sale.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yes.
What's really the worst thing of having both? Like, for example,
The worst thing about having both is dealing with attribution and multi-network tracking, and dealing with the fact that you'll have two affiliates or even the same affiliate in both networks fighting over the same transaction and getting commissioned on the same transaction, and figuring out how to avoid one of those transactions because you don't want to be paying double. Yeah, that's the worst. And there's no easy solution. So, yeah, sure. Anybody else? Because they held up a sign in the back again. So, anybody else? We good?
Do you,
Yeah.
like when you pick someone out, you always go on the last click?
Do we always go on last click? Yes and no. Do we always go on last click? We are starting to use conversion lines with share sale right now. So no, we don't always use last click. We are starting to use conversion lines where if a coupon site closes the sale, but there's a really good content site, a blogger perhaps, that had a large influence in that transaction earlier in the clickstream, we can see that now. Again, advanced tracking pixel on share sale, you need that to do this. So you can see that in the clickstream. We can alter the transaction, alter the commissions on that transaction based on what we see in the clickstream. So we're going to lower the commission on the coupon site to allow us to pay that content site, the blogger, as well. We're going to share the sale. So it's not always last click, no.
Okay,
Yeah,
sweet, thanks.
sure. Anybody else? We good? Okay, don't forget to fill out your feedback form. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of Summit.